All right, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's product training with Blue Triangle. With the holidays approaching, it's important to get your dashboards nailed down. Last time we went over the digital experience overview, which is a great place to start for high-level monitoring and quickly drilling into issues. For this week, we're going to talk about how to create custom dashboard widgets. For example, if Blue Triangle doesn't have the dashboard you're looking for, chances are you can build it yourself. And in this session, I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so my name is Mark, and I'm the support manager here at Blue Triangle. And I do these trainings each week about web performance, analytics, and ultimately how to solve problems using Blue Triangle. So let's go ahead and get started. As far as an agenda today, we're going to start out and talk about the current custom reports and data science page. The way this works is we're going to build a custom report and then save that report as a dashboard widget. So we'll give you a quick background 101 course on the data science page quickly to start out, and then we'll talk about how to convert that to a dashboard widget, as well as a few other kind of tips and tricks about kind of doing this straight from the dashboard, which makes it a little easier if you're building these widgets straight from the dashboard. Those will be just quickly running through in the beginning here with some slides, and then we're going to actually walk through this in the Blue Triangle portal live for you, and that's probably where we'll spend the most of our time today. And then finally we'll end with a little Q&A, and I can answer any questions that you guys had while we went through the session today. All right, so custom reports and data science. What is it? So this area of Blue Triangle, this module, it's basically data visualization that you can customize, and it has really three main components. So the first thing you're going to do is choose what data type you'd like to create a graph or chart for, real user or synthetic data. The next thing is you're going to choose what kind of graph or scatter plot you'd like to display this data in. You can also choose a histogram as well. And finally, the last thing is there's a variety of filter options and metrics that you can choose to create this custom graph. You're also able to add comparisons. You can add a comparison line on the same graph, and you can also add a comparison graph right next to it. And then of course below there's going to be a summary table of the data, and you can save and export that. Now the next thing we're going to talk about here is how to convert that custom graph to a dashboard widget. So once we've created the graph, there's a button in the top part of the page, and it's Save Graph. You're just going to click that, and you're going to give it a name. And there's a couple of things you can do here. The first is you can save it as a dashboard widget. And what that's going to do is, if you look at the message here, it's going to save it in the Custom Analytics and Trending dashboard. The other thing you can do is save it as an analysis, and that just means you can save this data to view it later. And I'll show you how to do that once we get into the portal. For this training, all we'd like to do here is save the graph as a dashboard widget. And so you're just going to give it a name and click that button. And then we're going to go over to the dashboard and choose the Custom Analytics and Trending dashboard, and we'll be able to see that widget show up there. All right, so let's go ahead and walk through this live in Blue Triangle. All right, so here we are in the data science page. I'm going to just walk through an example here, and then we'll convert it to a dashboard widget, and then show you how to get to the dashboard to actually see your widget. And then there's a couple of other cool tips and tricks that I'll show you right after that. All right, so for this example, we're just going to do a standard real user line graph. We're looking at the last 24 hours. This time period is going to be dependent on the dashboard ultimately when we flip it over to a dashboard widget. Here you can choose how to group the data. So let's say we want to look at page speed by device. Say instead of onload, we can choose time to interactive, for example. Here we would be able to choose any other filter options that we'd like to apply. Maybe we're looking at a particular traffic segment or page. Let's say we're only looking at the home page here, and we're just going to hit go. So we've just created our custom graph now. We're looking at the time to interactive for tablet, desktop, and mobile right now. And this is only for the home page. And down below you can see the table of what this data looks like. All right, so now that we have our graph, let's go ahead and click Save Graph right up here at the top. We're going to call it demo, no, let's say, yeah, demo custom graph TTI. And we're going to save this as a dashboard widget. So this says we can now find this widget in the custom analytics and trending dashboard. So let's go right over to that dashboard right now. And here we go. Right here in the list, we have our custom analytics and trending dashboard selected. And here is our widget. Now we're looking at the last 6 hours, which we can change to any of the available options here. For example, the last 3 hours. And we can monitor this trend, this graph over time here, obviously, in our real-time dashboard. All right, so let's talk about another example. Let's go ahead and clear this. So for this example, let's say we'd like to add a comparison. I'm going to choose real user again, and I'm going to choose a line graph. And we're going to compare today to Black Friday last year. So we're just going to look at the onload for all of our site unfiltered. So we're going to clear all of these. We're going to hit go. So there's a couple of different comparisons you can make. You can do a graph or you can do a line. We're going to do a comparison line here. So what you can do is open up the filter options and click this button here to add a comparison line. You can also change the filter options here if you'd like to, but we're going to keep it the same. We're going to look at our entire site traffic, but we're just going to change the comparison time period. So we're going to go back in time to November. I believe Black Friday last year was the 29th here. We're going to hit apply. We're going to add this line to the graph. All right, and there we go. So that is both lines, and then our blue line is Black Friday last year. So it looks like on average our site speed was a little better last year. Now let's save this as a graph. Let's save the graph and give it a name, demo custom graph today versus Black Friday last year. So we're going to save this as both an analysis and a dashboard widget. And I'll show you what the analysis looks like here in a second. So the analysis is going to pull up this same graph for you in the data science, and you've saved it, and you can access it here in the load saved analyses. And then of course, we've also saved it as a custom widget, which we can find over there in the dashboard. So I'm going to close this. I'll just show you what this looks like here. So So we're going to click this Load Saved Analysis button, and we're going to choose Demo Custom Graph Today versus Black Friday last year. So that's how that Load Saved Analysis works. And of course, this data should come up immediately as it'll be cached at this point. Now we can also go over to our dashboard and our custom analytics and trending dashboard. Let's see here. Close these down, refresh the page. And there we go. Here's our custom graph for today versus Black Friday last year. All right, so there's a couple of quick things I'd like to show you before we finish up here. So let's say you're on any custom dashboard. I have a demo dashboard here that I can show you. And if you just click to add a widget and you go into any of these options, one of the options is going to be a custom widget. So we're going to choose synthetic for this one, and we're going to choose a custom widget. So this is basically the data science wizard in a form view here. So a couple of things here. One of the things you can do is choose your saved analysis as a dashboard widget, which is a very cool feature. So if I just wanted to add our TTI homepage by device to this graph, to this dashboard, I could just click here and add it just like that. Now, the other thing you can do is create your dashboard widget totally customized right here in this wizard. So if you go to the bottom there and choose custom widget, new custom dashboard widget. So here we can choose our graph type. We've already chose real user as the data type, and now we can choose our graph type. We'll go with line graph again, and then we're going to group the lines. Let's see here. Let's group the lines by visitor type. New versus returning. We're going to go ahead and add the widget there. And there we have it. It looks like returning visitors are getting a very slightly slower experience than new visitors, which probably isn't a bad thing. So that's all I had for you guys today. I hope that was a helpful demo there for you. So I'm going to pause now and check the chat and the questions and see if there's anything I can help answer for you guys.
All right, our first question is, can you share these widgets with other team members? Okay, so the answer to the question is you cannot share the widgets with your team, but you can share the dashboard. So let me show you how to do that. In a custom dashboard, what you can do, there's a share button up here on the right. This shares the dashboard with your entire account. If you wanted to just share it with one team member, what you can do is open up the dashboard manager, find your custom dashboard in the list here and check this box. That's going to make these two options available here, and you're going to choose clone. And once you do that, you're able to search for the user that you'd like to clone this dashboard to in this list, and then just click the button there to make that happen. All right, everyone, that looks like all that we're going to have for you today. Thank you so much for your time. And if you do have any more questions, we're always happy to speak with you offline. So feel free to reach out to us anytime. You can use any of the emails listed here. Support, of course, is support@bluetriangle.com. And you could also submit a request or a question in our help center at help.bluetriangle.com. For more information about Blue Triangle product training, like how to watch past sessions, how to register for upcoming ones, be sure to check out our help center Again, that's help.bluetriangle.com. And when you're there, just click the big button for product training. All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. Thanks again for your time, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.